Hi guys, and welcome to my channel Sylvia Bellrock. Today I'm going to talk with you about my top 3 favorite stocks for the month of September, and I'm going to share with you some fundamental and technical analysis on those stocks. Stay tuned. So let's first start with LULU. LULU is a stock which I traded a long while ago, and I still have some shares as an investing position, but this is a very interesting stock which is pulling back right now. Therefore, I want to share my thoughts with you on that stock and see how we can use that information for some trades or some investment opportunities. So LULU was at this point, after the corona crash, started to pick back up and then started to reclaim those moving averages, reclaim the 200 moving average, and I started my position around those levels here, which is the 194 area. I scaled out, scaled in again, and as some of you guys know, I am scaling in and out a lot of the times of my position, so I am just building my position based on those support and resistance areas and based on the EMAs and some other indicators, like for example the RSI indicator as well. As we see here, the stock was extremely overbought during this time. It pulled back a little bit, but it was a very tiny pullback, and then it built here a support area around the 282, and after that it just continued to grind up until here the month of September, where it was extremely overbought as well. So as some of you guys already know, the whole market has been extremely overbought, and September is just a pullback month for a lot of the stocks, and the tech sector is pulling back. Those are basically new opportunities for us. So the more those stocks are pulling back, the more opportunities we're going to get, and the more risk reward, the better would be the risk reward for us for those stocks, and we should take advantage of that. So as we see here, after this extremely overbought level here, which was the 82 on the RSI, we started to pull back. We saw some earnings here. Probably they didn't meet the expectations, but still the stock is very good for me, in my opinion. It's still a very good looking chart, and we are right now currently pulling back around that 200 EMA, which is the 279 and 50 level and area. And if we start building right here a base and consolidation area, it would be great for me to start building some new positions. Of course, very interesting for me is the fact that we are right now here reaching already the oversold level, which is the 26. So this gives me basically more advantage right here, just more edge, because the stock is pulling back. I have more room on the upside, and I don't have to chase at highs here the stocks or buy some breakouts. And as some of you already know, guys, I'm looking for those stocks to pull back, to have some more room on the upside and start from there instead of chasing the stocks on the highs. Therefore, the chart looks pretty well for me. We have here the support area, which is right now, like I said, the 290. If it pulls back a little bit more, it would be great opportunity for me to start building my position. And if we see some kind of consolidation, it would be a perfect looking setup for me. Of course, we always have to keep in mind how the whole market is acting and doing during this current situation, because we have to go with the market. If the market pulls back a lot, or if we see, let's say, another crash, we cannot just blindly buy the stock basically only because we have some kind of a setup here. So just keep that in mind before you jump into any position. I'm going to share with you guys which websites I'm looking at and why I'm looking at those websites and which information I'm interested in. So for example, of course, the first site I start to look if I have the stock on my watch list, I'm looking at the yahoo.com. At yahoo.com, you are just basically able to see the most of the information here on the first page under summary. So you're basically able to see the previous close, the open, the days range, 250 weeks range. You are going to see, of course, here market cap, earnings per share, earnings date, and so on. And on the right side, you are basically going to see what is the company doing, in what sector they are operating, and what are their business model. We basically know right now the sector of this stock. It's in the consumer sector, and we have to keep that in mind and maybe keep it on track, the sector as a whole in this area as well. So after we know this information, we can go here, basically, if you want to see who is holding the stocks, we can go here on holders. And then we're going to see who is holding the stock. For example, I am always looking at the top institutional holders right here. And this is basically FMR, LLC, Vanguard, and Jennison. So basically those three holders are the main and biggest holders of the stock. This is important information for me because I want to know who is behind that stock before I start any investment into any stock. Now, of course, we can take a look, and we should take a look at the financials. And we are able to see here income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow. Now, this is something what you should for sure look at. There are some different pages. I'm going to share with you, first of all, this page. So here you are able to see the total revenue, cost of revenue, gross profit, and you are able to see that for the past years. If we scroll here to the right, we are seeing that for 2017, 2018, 19, and 20. And of course, depends on what you're looking at. You can make a deep dive on some more fundamentals on some other websites, but this basically gives us some basic overview and gives us some more information if the company is profitable, what are they doing, and so on. So for example, we see here the operating income or loss in this case. We see income before the taxes, net income right here. And like I said, you see that summary for the years before, which is very good in my opinion. You don't have to dig into any filings. You just open that and see it on the first side. And of course, we see here the EBITDA, which is also available for the past years. And you see here if there is any growth potential, which is in this case. Therefore, this is a stock which I'm interested in. I see some growth potential in that stock, and I'm keeping it on my watch list. So if we click here on finviz.com, we can see as well here some more information, and we can just see here the earnings per share. Next year, earnings per share this year, earnings per share the past years. Those are all great potential for more growth and more movement in the next months. Of course, I'm looking at something like ROA, ROE, gross margin, profit margin, and stuff like that. So if you guys are not familiar with that, or if you want to learn more or see some stocks with more information about all those things, I'm posting every week my watch list on sylviabellrock.com, and I'm sharing with you my 3 top picks for the week, and I'm sharing there my fundamental and technical analysis, why I like those stocks, what I'm looking before I'm buying those stocks. So make sure to subscribe, it's free, and I'm sure you would be able to learn something new out of that. So another interesting stock for the month of September, which I'm looking at currently, is ZYXI. I've been watching this stock for a while, and it pulled a lot right here from July until September. And now, even though the market is pulling back a lot, this stock found a bottom right here. It started to reclaim those moving averages right here, as you see, guys, and it started to perk, started to break out above the moving averages, above this small resistance area, which is the 70-50. And now we should keep this stock on eye and see if we are going to see some more breakout, and what potential do we have. The previous resistance area of this stock was the 29 and 73. So this basically means we have a lot of room here. From here, if we take this small consolidation area, we have room for this stock to go up back to 29 and 73. Basically, if you have your risk right here below the moving averages, you're risking this tiny amount of money in order to make 3, 4, or even 5 times on your money and investment, which is great risk reward in my opinion. And we saw also here this stock was oversold. It stayed here for a while. It pulled a little bit back, which is great for us because we want to focus on stocks which are pulling back. And now it's just started to perking. Now, of course, I want to share with you why I like this stock. It's not just because I like this chart. I know some of the people out there are trading based on technical analysis only, which is great for them. It is for sure working as well. But I like to have some more edge. I like to research the stocks in detail, and I like to know the fundamentals. Therefore, I'm going to share with you what is the current situation with that stock and what are the fundamentals. So let's take a look as well here on Yahoo Finance. Now, ZYXI, as we see here on the first side, we see the income statement. We see they're for sure not losing money compared to some other stocks which I posted in some previous videos, like Snow, for example, and why you should not buy Snow. Basically, you can see here the total revenue, the gross profit, operating income or loss right here, and we see with this stock as well, if we look at the past, we see some growth potential. So basically, since 2016, they continue to grow, and this is one of the reasons why I like stocks like that. They just basically have some growth potential, some potential on the upside, and they have potential for some big moves, and therefore they land on my watch list, which, like I already said, I'm sharing with you on a weekly basis. If you want to get more in detail information on that, you can always visit sec.gov, the website, and there you can see the whole filings, what they're doing, what is the business model all about, and so on. But this is basically a quick overview for you to understand what I'm looking for and where to find the information fast if you want to find it fast. At holders here, we should be able to see normally the holders. If we don't find the holders here, guys, you can always use wealthwisdom.com. This is a very famous website which I also use for my research. And let's just take a look at ZYXI. So basically here you can see some information about the funds owning the stock, which are the top 3 funds, and what is the change in shares. As we see here, there are more and more funds which are buying the stock, so therefore this is for sure a very interesting stock in my opinion. And you can see also another free website on finviz.com. If we type in ZYXI, we are seeing here the chart and as well some information about the stock. Earnings per share are looking very good in my opinion. Sales for the past 5 years, 32 and 50%. Earnings per share the past 5 years, 27 and 80%. So this is basically something which cannot be easily manipulated. So if you're looking at the fundamentals, you always have to look for the past at least 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because this is not something what can be easily manipulated. So if you're looking only for the quarters or for the year, it is something which the company can manipulate much easier compared to a couple of years of history. Therefore, I like this stock. It has some growth potential. It has some strong ROA, some very good gross margin, profit margin. So it is something I continue to look at, and it is one of my favorite stocks for September for sure. Now, another interesting stock which I am trading and looking at already since a couple of months is IPHI. IPHI has been a huge runner in the past, so I traded that stock a lot of times. It made us a lot of profits, not only me but also some of my subscribers, which are getting my watch list for free. Therefore, I want to share my thoughts on this stock with you guys and why I like this stock and what should you look for. As you see, guys, here this stock made some huge moves, and here we saw some support area around the 103, around the 109 area, and after that we saw a little bit of pullback because the whole tech sector just pulled back, and all the markets are currently in September pullbacks. So this is basically something normal. and we want to see those pullbacks because we want to start building our position in those pullbacks where we have a better risk reward and better opportunities. Therefore, I like to see those pullbacks. We touched the 200 EMA right here, and right now we're consolidating between the 50 and the 200 EMA. Before I start position, or before you guys start any position, just make sure to understand the current market cycle. It is very important. In the current market cycle, we have some pullbacks, so we don't know when this is going to stop. Therefore, it's important for you just to wait out, see some clear signals before jumping into any stock. I have already some position right here. I had some still some shares from the past. Therefore, for me, this is not a big deal to stay into that position. But make sure to get a clear signal before jumping in. I like this chart. It's looking still very bullish. If we see some more green and reclaiming above those moving averages, it will be perfect. So let me share with you real quick what are the fundamentals for this stock, and to share with you why I like it so much. So if we go one more time here to yahoo.com and we type in IPHI, of course on the summary we see some of the summary, open, close, and so on. We see what the company is doing in this case. So IP Corporation provides high-speed analog and mixed signal semiconductor solutions for the communications, data center, and computing markets worldwide. So we basically now know that it is a semiconductor sector, and we have to keep an eye if we want to invest in this stock, the semiconductor sector as a whole, and see how they are performing. So if we go here to financials, we're going to see as well the income statement. Like I showed you on some other stocks, we see here the gross profit, we see here some operating income or losses. This company is compared to some other in the industry, not the perfect what I want to see, but still it's not bad looking, had some growth potential here. Therefore I keep this stock on eye. Let's check here real quick Finviz. Now, as you see here on Finviz, earnings per share for this year and for the past years, it's still growing. It is something I definitely want to keep an eye. Sales for the past years are looking good. It is not as great as some other stocks, like I already said, regarding to the fundamentals, but it is a very strong stock, has still some growth potential right here. Therefore, I want to keep that an eye, and I am looking for some kind of a consolidation and reclaim of the moving averages, like I said. So that's it, guys. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you like this video, hit the like button and leave me a comment. Stay tuned and see you next time. Bye bye.